What's up guys, welcome back to Saint Seiya Awakening. Guess what, we're reviewing Sorrento today and this is the last S-Saint unit that we have left to review. That's right, exactly 6 months after starting, Pisces was the first review 6 months ago, we're finally closing this chapter. From now on, every unit that we review will be new to at least this version, this global version of the game. I'm sorry this one took a while after the Spanish version, but we had Hades was introduced into the game, then pretty much everything changed and I just got sidetracked. So here we go with Sorrento, we're gonna jump over to Omri's account where he has one built, and he's so good, he even found me an opponent that we can test in arena and it should work perfectly, so thank you, Omri. Alright, here we are then with Omri's Super Sorrento. He's even got the beautiful skin for it, and I'm gonna show you him stats first. This thing is crazy, not because he uses it, he just kind of leveled it up once because he wanted to fight me with it, and it didn't go too well, but he gave him Shun's Cosmo, which he's using currently. I'm not sure in Galactic Duel or worse, so this thing is super stacked. Let's start off with his skills as usual. The first one, Coaxing Tune, Coaxing, is that how you say it? Is a single target Cosmo type attacker. He is a Cosmo attacker even though he's not an attacker. Starts with an 80% multiplier, goes all the way to up to 100, it sucks. Second skill, Climax of Death, is one of the few skills in the game that only has 3 levels. This thing is an AoE skill that has a 70% chance to put enemy units to sleep. It starts with 3 targets in level 1 and goes up to 4 when we max skill it, which is not hard to do since it's only 3 levels. The chance also improves slightly. It starts at 70, goes all the way up to 75%, and because it is such a strong skill, it actually has a cooldown. There's not a lot of skills in the game with a cooldown. Sorrento has 2. So again, 70% chance to sleep pretty much the entire enemy team. The third skill, the Symphony of Death, lets him summon a Banshee, which is one of those additional units you can put on the battlefield, kind of like the Tentacles or Seala's Snake, and this thing once summoned has an 80% chance to sleep a unit that's not asleep. Combine this with Sorrento's 4 units and that's already 5 units that you can control. But guess what? You can summon 2 of them, so that's literally the entire enemy team can be put to sleep. 6 units. Like I said earlier though, this thing has a cooldown as well, so you can only summon 1 Banshee, then you gotta wait a turn, and then you summon another Banshee. And one of the biggest downfalls is that they inherit very little HP from Sorrento, so they're very easy to take out. Pretty much any unit that touches them, they die. This HP can be brought up with skill ups, but it's really quite a costly investment because even at level 5, you still only have 25% of HP. Regardless, these things are very strong. Once you're able to get them on the battlefield, if you started sleeping the enemy team, who's gonna take them out? Everybody's gonna be asleep. Lastly, we have the Siren's Lullaby, which is a passive that has a chance to inflict what is called deep sleep. And here we're gonna see one of the most important mechanics about using the sleep debuff in the game. It works very similarly to a lot of other games. When a unit that is asleep is attacked, is touched in any way, it'll wake up. This deep sleep ensures that that unit stays asleep no matter what happens. Now, this is incredibly strong, but the chance is really low. It starts at only 5% for deep sleep, and at max level, it only goes up to 25, so it's an unreliable. It's not something that we can depend on, count on during a battle. If we count on this happening, we're most likely going to lose. If you happen to pull extra Sorrentos, which is a very likely thing to happen, you're gonna first want to max skill the second one. And it's very easy because it only has 3 levels, so that's a total of 3 Sorrentos or 3 skill tomes. After that, you have a choice, and remember for 8 cents, you need to have 2 skills at level 2. You can choose between the HP for the Banshees or the chances of deep sleep. There's really no wrong choice here. If you manage to get the HP up a little bit, then they're more likely to survive until the next turn when you can use the Climax of Death, sleep 4 enemy units, and then sleep an additional one with the Banshee, and then even invoke another Banshee later on. With the 4th one, you have a higher chance of applying the deep sleep, and this is quite important because the hardest counter for Sorrento is actually June, a unit that we see absolutely everywhere. And why is that? Because when June distributes the damage that any attacker on our team does, all of the units on the enemy team get touched. They receive a tiny bit of damage. That tiny bit of damage will awaken them. It counts as an attack. And that's the biggest downfall for Sorrento in the moment, is that it's really rare to fight a team that doesn't use June. I really wish the chances of the deep sleep were higher, but there's actually a Cloth Rebirth that is on the horizon. I think it's coming out for China, so it's gonna be a long time before it reaches us, but maybe that's the change that they make. Either they make the chance of deep sleep higher, which would be really OP, really strong, or they make it so that only units that are attacked directly wake up. Maybe bypass that thing about June's distribution. Anyway, that's a long way away for global, but there is some hope on the horizon that he might be useful. Moving on to the 8 cents, his is actually not very complicated. He is 100% a support unit. He does no damage whatsoever, so just look for anything that gives him HP. Make him as tanky as possible, starting off with Beta with the biggest HP boost, then Delta, which Omri probably doesn't want to waste resources on, Alpha, and lastly Gamma. On to his Cosmo then, and actually I don't quite agree with this this setup that Omri has here. I would much rather put anti-stick on him, try to get the status resistance as high as possible because he is a pretty slow unit. There's a high chance that the enemy will try to control it before he gets a chance to mess them up. So choice number 1 for me would be anti-stick with Flower Ring and White Mist as decent second options. Under Lunar, there is no doubt Seiya is the best one with a big boost to his HP, but also a lot of status hit, almost 20% from having the whole set. And that's something I forgot to mention over here on the second skill. We can actually bring this probability probability up by equipping a lot of status hit on Cosmo. Under Star, we also have a couple of really good support options in Lotus and Letter. They're really interchangeable. I don't think this 20 speed is going to make a huge difference, especially if you're going with a slow Sorrento like ours. In that case, Letter is much better with the status hit boost, also resistance and HP. You don't really need this speed if you're going slow anyway. Under Legendary, we have several options as well. This Soberry is probably because Omri gave him Shun's Cosmo. I don't think this would be the setup for a Sorrento. For him, I'd probably go with Rising Dragon Teeth as the first option, just in case the enemy tries to one-shot me. This thing is going to save me once. Remember, Soberry can't proc if we get insta-killed. It only procs if we're low. Water Curtain is also not a horrible option in case he gets controlled. This thing gives him an additional turn, but it has the condition that your HP has to be really slow. So it's a very conditional Cosmo. It sounds really interesting being able to get an additional turn so you can use your skills, but the fact that you need to be low on HP makes it hard to use. Lastly, if you are going with a fast Sorrento, which is actually what we used in the Spanish review, because in that case we gave him Minos Cosmo, which is ultra fast. If you're going with a fast Sorrento, then Iris is a really good option because it gives him a bunch of speed and it also brings up your whole team. As for sub-attributes, we're going to be looking for one thing primarily, that status hit. Try to get it as high as possible. Try to guarantee that when we use that sleep, it actually applies. There's a lot of resistance Cosmo in play right now, so status hit needs to be at a maximum. Other than that, just look for some HP, defense, Cosmo defense, especially in today's meta. And if you're going for a fast Sorrento, then look for some speed here as well. Alright, let's look at team combinations now. And remember, 2 of his skills have a 1-turn cooldown. The second one that sleep everyone, and the third one that summons the Banshees. That 1-turn cooldown can be brought to 0 by pairing him up with Luna. That will ensure we can use our AoE sleep every turn. Now, it does cost 4 energy, which means we're probably gonna have to bring Kiki if we want to start using this thing early in battle. The fact that units that are asleep also wake up if you touch them makes individual attackers really good partners for him, and that's actually what we're gonna use in the demonstration today. We're gonna use Omri's brand new Hades. Other good options are Shion, Scorpio before Rebirth, because remember now he attacks 3 people, Spicy Chicken because he just keeps spitting at the same opponent until it kills it, and the classics of Ayoros and Doko if you manage to charge the 4 dragons. The other set of units that complement him really well are other control units. Imagine that, you have 4 units slept with Sorrento. Even if you don't manage to summon the Banshees and keep them alive, if you bring like a Shun or a Minos or somebody else that can control Geki, Moses, it's freaking disgusting. If you're gonna use Sorrento, most of the fights that you win are gonna be because the opponent gives up. If they let this guy get to round 3, it's pretty much GG. It's game over, everything will be slept, they're never gonna get to move, and they're gonna have to give up eventually because even if you bring just one single target attacker, after a few rounds you'll be able to end the fight. There's just no chance for them to save it. As for his weaknesses, there are a couple, and that's why we don't see him in play too much. First, energy cost. A skill with an energy cost of 4 is extremely hard to pull off. The enemy's gonna have a lot of time to take him out before you get to those rounds where you can use this. Second, it's not 100%. It starts at 70, we can improve it with status hit, but there's always the chance that the enemy can resist it, especially nowadays with knowing Cosmo out there. So resistance is his second weakness, and there's also units like, for example, Saori. She brings up the resistance of the entire enemy team. Third, the sleep is random. You can't choose out of these 4 targets, you can't choose who he puts to sleep. The one time Omri tried to fight me with Sorrento, his Sorrento kept missing the sleep of my Junet, so Junet was able to put the vine, everybody would get waken up when somebody was touched, and I was able to win the fight. So that randomness makes it a little bit unreliable. Lastly, the cost of skill ups. If we want to bring up the chance of the deep sleep to 25%, that's 10 tomes or 10 extra Sorrentos we would have to dump in here. The biggest weakness and hardest counter by far is Miss Junet, who is pretty much in every single team. That's probably why we don't see Sorrento. His uses are also very limited, pretty much exclusively for PvP. He could be useful in some PvE levels, but remember those enemies like in the Athena Trial and the Seal Tower have a lot of resistance. It's really hard to apply debuffs. So if you do see him, it's probably going to be in PvP. He can be extremely annoying if he gets to round 3 or 4 where he has the energy available, and at that point it pretty much just becomes unstoppable. We're gonna go do a test battle now in Arena, and Omri, like I said, he already selected a victim for us, and it's a team that should work beautifully. Hopefully we get to showcase him a lot better than we did in the Spanish review. The Spanish review was a disaster. Here we go then. The victim's name today is going to be Magno. Magno, I'm very sorry, you have to be the punching bag for today. We are going to abuse the fact that we can check Cosmo, which I think is one of the biggest downfalls in PvP in this game, is this ability to check out Cosmo before you go into a battle. I don't agree with this at all. It's very easy to plan for it. There are no surprises, for example, with Rising Dragon Teeth. In this case, with Blood Elf, I know that if I bring up Pandora, it's going to make it pretty much impossible for him to kill us. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to bring Junet, Pandora, and then the rest is, we can literally do whatever. We can do Luna, Kiki, double turn Kiki for extra energy and start sleeping from the first round. We'll see how it works out. I'm not sure. I don't think Ayashika can cleanse the sleep. So this should be smooth sailing unless I completely mess it up, which is actually a lot more likely than I would like to admit. This is going to be our gross, disgusting team. I'm bringing a single attacker, which is not usually what I recommend, but I think everything is going to be so asleep that we're going to have no issue whatsoever. The only danger here is going to be on that very first turn. Depending on how fast that Divine Pegasus is, things could go wrong if he double hits the wrong unit. Look, we have a Pettis right here. Alright, let's go in. Now, like I said earlier, I don't agree with this thing that you can check Cosmo before you go in. It's easy for us to know that this chicken is going to proc the heals from Pandora because he has Blood Elf, unfortunately for him. Right? We're going to double generate energy. That's going to give us enough to start getting that skill off right here in the first round. Oh, but we can't Eclipse. I don't think it even matters. Here we go. Here come Pandora, and this might take a while because I think she's going to heal like 1,000,000,000,000 times. There's another attack. I'm still not healing. Pandora, it's time to wake up, baby. It's time to wake up because we're getting dangerously low. I'm not going to Eclipse. I'm actually not going to Eclipse here. I'm just going to do whatever. Okay? I'm going to do this now. Pandora, hello, baby. Oh, I'm an idiot. We haven't done this yet. Now we're going to start healing. Pandora, take it away, baby. Take it away. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is gross. This is going to take forever. She's going to be playing music forever. Oh, my lord. This is disgusting, guys. This unit is so broken. When you know there's debuffs, this unit is absolutely broken. Now, another counter to Sorrento at the moment is actually the spicy chicken. Look, 3 units are asleep. What is this guy going to do now? Next round we can Eclipse, and then in a couple rounds I might cut it to the time when we can start nuking because this is really gross. I'm gonna double turn Sorrento so that we can invoke a Banshee, and then we get the cooldown down on the sleeping skill, right? We can do what can we do? We can do Banshee. We can do Banshee, and then we can do the sleeping skill again. Oh, but I won't be able to. Okay, so we don't do the sleeping skill for 1 turn. It's not like we're ever gonna die anyway. Obviously, this might not work in Galactic Duel if you're facing an enemy unit, an opponent that has control or anything. He might be able to control you. So let's Eclipse so that we can start nuking. Nico's home from school. You want to come say hello? I'm recording for the video. We're in the middle of a fight. Come here. It's going to take forever anyway because we're using Pandora and it's disgusting. What? Oh, okay. Never mind. He says we can't put him in the video because of stupid YouTube laws. I'm going to do this again because it costs no energy. Okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to... This is just gross. This is just absolutely gross. We are never gonna stop healing. Okay. Alright, let's invoke a Banshee. And there's no risk of the damage from Divine killing my Banshee because she's not linked yet. Now, in the next turn, that might be a problem. I wonder if my Banshees are gonna die. We slept Kiki. Awesome. Amazing job, Sorrento. Now, on this one, we don't have enough energy to do the sleeping skill, so I'm just going to poke this guy. I don't know. Poke this guy. Now, we gotta wait 2 more rounds. I think I'm gonna cut it till then. Pandora even heals my Banshee. Oh my god. This is horrible. This is actually horrible. Okay, we're gonna be able to start getting our nukes. Shut up, Pandora! She's broken. She's stuck in a loop. Wait! What is happening? This was a bad idea, guys. This was actually... Yo, wait! What did you do? Hades, Nani desu ka? Hades just randomly decided to attack of his own accord. Why am I on auto? Nani desu ka? Why am I on auto? Okay. So, do we have 2 turns? I can't remember if we have 2 turns or not. But I'm gonna summon a Banshee, and then I'm gonna use this thing. Okay? I'm gonna use this 4 units. 6 units! The entire enemy team just fell asleep. Okay? We're gonna double turn it again because that is just absolutely hilarious. And we're ready to finally start nuking with Hades if Pandora ever lets me move. This was a mistake. Okay, here we go, and we're back on auto. Something is happening. Something is happening with the mechanic of Pandora that is making my team go into auto mode. Did you see that? That's the second time it happens. Now we have everybody pretty much... Oh my god, even through the shield. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna give double turn to Hades. We need to start killing some stuff or this fight is never gonna be over. Please, Pandora. Please don't do it, Pandora. Shut up. Please. No. Oh my god. Finally. So, who is the primary target here? I don't even know. I guess we should just annihilate this guy while we can, right? Okay. 79,000. We're gonna do it again on this guy. And we're not gonna have... I don't think... Are we gonna have to sleep or not? I don't even know, dude. I don't even know what's happening anymore. This is so broken. Oh, we have... Wait, we don't have the sleep. But my Banshees are gonna sleep automatically without me using the energy. Okay, I think this is probably gonna kill my Banshees, unfortunately, because they're linked by the... yeah, they got vined. Feels bad, bro, but I don't think it matters anymore. Does it? I'm gonna double turn Hades again, and we're just gonna finish them off. I don't think there's anything that could go wrong in this fight anymore. If my Pandora would just shut up and let me kill stuff, it would be amazing. Now, there is one danger here, and that is this Cancer. So I'm not gonna wake him up. I'm actually gonna wait until I have the double turn from Hades again, and I'm gonna use this so that I don't wake anybody up. All right, we single heal this guy. We invoke one of these things, and it's probably gonna put... Ah, status resistance feels bad. We double turn Hades, and that's it. That's the end of the fight. That's GG. I don't think anything in the world can survive 2 holy swords. There's no way this Cancer survives. Whoa, dude, he actually survived 1 hit. No way. How much is this one gonna do? 94,000. This Gusting. Put this guy to sleep. He's asleep again. This is so toxic and so gross. Now, obviously, this was the perfect team due to the fact that that poor Iki was equipped with Blood Elf. There was just 0 chance that they would ever get any chance to kill me. 158,000. GG. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is the closing of a chapter. We've now reviewed all of the S-Saint units available in the global version of the game. I hope it's useful to decide if you want to play with Sorrento. I mean, that was a very carefully planned battle. He's actually really hard to use. If you want to see how hard, just go check out the Spanish review. But maybe with his cloth repair, they improve the chances of deep sleep or some other change in mechanic that actually makes him usable. I'll leave you here for today. If you haven't already, please remember, hit like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you don't miss any videos, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!